Welcome back to another video, and today I will be going through a full lower body session with you, and this is my first session of the week, and I am currently on a training split 6 days a week, and then I alternate between upper body sessions and lower body sessions. Well, technically I guess it'd be alternating between lower body sessions and upper body sessions, but regardless of that, it is 3 sessions each. And then with that, I have actually posted the full workout down below in the description, so you guys can save that, take pictures, whatever you may want to do with that, and you kind of can reference that. And if you guys do want me to, I can definitely share a full week with you, so you can kind of get a better understanding for my programming. It is how I do it. But without further ado, let's hop straight into the workout. Starting off, we're starting with cleans, 4x2. Working up from 245 to 315. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about cleans just because it is a very technical lift, and I can't break it down enough for somebody actually if they don't understand the lift without going into like very fine details and that stuff. And I also am still working on perfecting the lift and have a ton of different cues to go through. But hopefully you guys do enjoy watching that. And best thing I could say for cleans, if you're looking to get into them, just get really good at deadlifting and front squatting, and that'll give you a good platform to build off of. And definitely go to other references on YouTube and look how to properly clean, and then some other exercises that can introduce you to that. Without further ado, gonna roll some music, and then I will meet up with you guys when we go to back squat. So, just warming up for back squat now. My programming calls for 4 sets of 6 at 365. So, usually for squat warm up, I'll just start with a bar. Obviously, doing cleans first. I am warm and like my joints are warm and stuff, so I don't need an extensive warm up by any means. So, I'll start with 1 plate and then just go up from that. 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates. So, ultimately, that'd be like 135, 225, 315. And then from that 315, I'll get into my working sets. And this was a really good squat workout. I thought my form looked pretty decent. My bar path was solid. And the biggest cue that I could give you guys for back squat, especially if you do high bar, just focus on keeping a proud chest, good tension throughout your posterior chain and like your abdomens. And then also, one of the cues that I find really funny that my brother actually introduced me to, but now it's one of the things I definitely think about when I'm squatting, is thinking balls to ankles, which I guess doesn't work for the female audience, but essentially you're thinking about just dropping your groin straight down to in between your ankles. And this will keep me in good positioning, keeping my back up and tight, and then also that'll allow me to get some of that stretch reflex out of my hamstrings when I hit depth and really power through these squats. Didn't move ultimately that fast, but the body is kind of beat up at the end of a cycle. So I am happy with the form and stuff. I do have to address a little bit of twisting, but I know I'm favoring a little bit of a tenderness in my knee, so that will get fixed as we go through. Alrighty, so just hopping straight into RDLs or Romanian deadlifts. And then also with RDLs, biggest thing, you're starting from an upright position, so you want to make sure you just keep that bar nice and tight to you as you do descend, and then have a nice slow controlled descent, and then really focus on powering back up and getting your hips through while maintaining a good positioning in the back. But just biggest cues with it, nice proud chest the whole way down, and then feel that stretch in your hamstring. And when it gets to an uncomfortable point, or just about, or you feel a good stretch, definitely power back up and get your hips back through. But ultimately, with this retro lunge, I love to include either a lunge or a split squat in my workouts at all times programmed in pretty much every day, or at least have one unilateral exercise programmed in for every lower body session. I think it really helps with maintaining balance in between the strength of both legs, and then also just addresses any of those issues you may have between strengths between each leg. And with that, the reverse lunge, you just want to control the descent and then really focus on using that front leg to drive through and get yourself back up. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's not enough. If you only you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave. You understand. I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna go. I wanna see you, but you fall apart. Even though you told me take it back, your heart still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you're still make me have to stay. 'Cause I'm floating in your orbit. Now moving on to hyperextensions. Hyperextensions I include in the programming just because they are one of the better exercises I think for building posterior chain, and then also I use this as an exercise to actually focus on my mind muscle connection with my glutes. And ultimately I really just focus on squeezing my glutes through at the top and pressing into that pad. And last but not least, we do have leg lifts. This was shown on screen as my last set, and I really was struggling at this point just because my posterior chain was pretty fried from the workout. And with that, obviously having heavy legs from all the squatting and cleans and that stuff. So my swinging was a bit worse than I would really like. But ultimately, you want to focus on being as slow and controlled in your ascension and descension in this ab exercise. And really, one of the ones I love is hanging leg raises and always have, and I think it's one of the best to include in your programming along with planks or variations of planks for sure. One of the things that wasn't actually put specifically on the programming, but I am trying to put more attention to detail into, is stretching, and then also foam rolling is a great option, but just covering in general whatever you are doing, I think it's important, especially if you are experienced training or an older person, for you to be training at your best and get the most results out of your training. I think recovery is a big part of that. So ultimately, as I did mention, I was having some soreness in my knees and stuff, and you did see that twist on squat if you really look closely. And if you want to see that, just rewind. You can see I kind of have my right foot in front a little bit, and then I'll twist back onto that left foot, which I need to address for sure. But my knees did feel pretty tender last week, and then through some just extra recovery and extra stretching and foam rolling, a lot of that pain actually has subsided, which is good and kind of shows the importance of doing that recovery. So on screen, I'm just going through a very basic like stretching routine I'll do pretty often that just hits like glutes, groin, hamstrings, quads, and then also I will stretch like my Achilles and stuff in downward dog, and then also my lower back. So, just a good all around stretching routine. But with that, I really wanted to talk to you guys at this point about if you had any other ideas for what you want to see content wise from me, definitely leave them down in the comment section below. But if you did go on to enjoy this video, definitely make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help me out a ton, and it should help this channel grow in the future and allow me to keep bringing you content like this. But without further ado, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one.